Hello everyone, welcome to EdCam channel. We'll continue the electrochemical series. So in this video lecture, we'll discuss about how can you write the cell reaction from the cell notation, and we will learn how to write cell notation from the cell reaction. Now, after that, we're going to learn about the electromotive force, which is very important. And remember, this is the galvanic cell, and the component which are present in the galvanic cell, you have to remember to solve the numericals. So without a doubt, let's start. So now we are going to learn about the cell notation and cell reactions. Okay. So as we have learned in the previous lecture, how to write cell notation. Okay. What are the salt bridge, what are the anode, cathode, aqueous solution, and the solid component. Okay. So now try to solve these questions. So this is the cell notation given. Now we have to write the cell reaction. So taking the first question, so that is A, answer. Now where the anode is present, in the left hand side anode is present, so we have to write the anode reaction. So in the anode, TL solid is going to convert to aqueous solution. So oxidation reaction will happen. So TL is going to convert it to TL plus 1. This is aqueous solution plus 1 electron. Okay. Here, as we know, in the redox reaction, the N factor will be 1. And what is the cathode reaction? So that is, this is the cathode part, right? So SN 2 plus aqueous is going to convert it to SN solid. Okay. So what is the number of electron involved? Here it is 2, right? To balance the electron. Now what we have to do, we have to write this complete reaction. To write the complete reaction, we need to balance the chemical reaction. As we already know that 1 electron involved and here 2 electron involved. So what we do, just multiply this whole reaction by 2. Okay. So in that case, we'll call it as a 2TL. Here it is 2. Here is also 2. Now, as electrons are balanced, then add these two reactions. So this 2 electron and 2 electron will be cancel out. So our net reaction will be 2TL solid plus SN aqueous form 2 plus is going to give SN solid plus 2TL plus 1 aqueous form. Okay. Now here is a very good concept is there, that is how many electrons are involved in the complete reaction. So that is known as N factor or N. So remember this, N is equal to 2 here. 2 electrons are involved. Okay. And this is the complete cell reaction. Now another part is, as we have already discussed about reaction quotient. So Q, how can you write? That is product by reactant. So what are the product? Product is TL plus 1 whole square divided by reactant. What is the reactant? Reactant is SN2 plus. Why I have neglected the solid form? As we know that the solid value is 1, right? So active mass of the solid, if you'll write that, that is also active mass of solid. So this is TL square. Okay. So this value is 1. This value is 1 because both are solid form. So solid form active mass is 1. So you remember how can you write the reaction quotient, because this quotient will help us to derive the Nernst equation. Now let's just try out the second reaction. So in the left hand side, this is the complete anode reaction. So anode oxidation reaction will take place. So zinc solid, again it is going to lose 2 electron to convert into Zn2 plus aqueous form. Okay, this is the salt bridge. What is the cathode reaction? Cathode is, now you see, here is the important trick. Platinum doesn't involve in the chemical reaction. It is just acting as a inert electrode. Okay. So what is the reaction here? The reaction will be Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus. So I'm writing Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus. Now you can ask me, sir, how do you know It is F, no, it is Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus. So the answer is, you see, as we saw that here in the anode, oxidation reaction will take place, right? Whereas in the cathode, reduction reaction will take place. So obviously plus 3 has to reduce to plus 2 form. Okay. Now if you complete the reaction, here it will be 1 electron. Okay. Again, this is not a balanced reaction. To balance this reaction, we have to multiply this reaction with 2. Okay. So this will be 2. This is 2. This is 2. Now add this complete reaction. So 2 electron cancel out. So Zn solid plus 2 Fe3 plus aqueous is going to give Zn2 plus aqueous form plus 2 Fe2 plus aqueous. Okay. So here it is N is equal to 2. This is the complete reaction. Now next, try to learn the second part. So in this question, we are going to write cell notation from the cell reaction. As the two cell reactions are given, so we'll try one by one. The first one, how to write this step by step, we're going to learn. First, we are going to learn the chemical reactions. So first we have to write anode reaction. So anode oxidation will take place, right? Here you can write out, that is Zn is going to release, and this is the solid form, Zn2 plus aqueous plus 2 electrons. Okay. And cathode, so this one is reduction. Cd or cadmium 2 plus is going to release. Cadmium 2 plus is going to convert to cadmium solid form. Okay. So as we do not need any electron balance to write out the cell notation, so we just need anode and cathode reaction. So what is the anode component? First we have to write Zn solid single line, then Zn2 plus aqueous as the oxidation number increases. Okay. Next salt bridge. After that cadmium Cd2 plus aqueous form, single line represent, then after Cd solid form. So this is the complete notation. This is your anode, this is the cathode. Okay. So if you'll compare the second reaction, 2Ag solid, so say, similarly write anode where the oxidation reaction will take place. So now Ag solid is going to release Ag plus 1 electron. Cathode reaction, so that is copper 2 plus will become copper solid form by gaining 2 electrons. Okay. Now we are not going to balance the chemical reactions, as we are just concerned about the anode and cathode. So write anode cell notation, that is Ag solid form single line, Ag2 plus, this is aqueous, double line, copper 2 plus aqueous, single line, copper solid. Okay. So next we'll discuss about electromotive force. So let us now understand what are the statement says. The statement says that electron flow from anode to cathode in the external circuit due to a pushing effect called EMF. As we have discussed in the earlier slides, electron is being pushed from anode to cathode. So the driving force which pushing this electron is called the electromotive force. Okay. And that unit is volt. Now, how can we calculate electromotive force or EMF? That can be calculated as SOP. SOP stands for standard oxidation potential, and SRP. SRP is standard reduction potential. Okay, so as we already discussed, standard oxidation potential is defined for our anode, right? So this is our SOP, this is our SRP. Okay, so we can rewrite this EMF as SOP of anode plus SOP of cathode. Okay, now a basic concept we have to learn from this is like, let's suppose we'll take one example. Let's suppose A gives A2 plus 2 electron. Okay, so during this process 2 electron is lost. So as we know that this is an oxidation reaction, and this reaction should have one standard oxidation potential, right? So that standard oxidation potential is equal to E is equal to, we can write as A, it is going from A2 plus. Okay, let's suppose this value is some X volt. Okay, now if we'll reverse this reaction, that means A2 plus 2 electron is going to give A. So here we will see that from 2 to going 0. So we can say that this is nothing but your standard reduction potential. So we can write the EMF as A2 plus 2A. Now if you reverse the reaction, what will happen? The value is going to change, and this value will have a negative term. So if you reverse the reaction, we'll call it as a minus of X volt. Okay, so the point is, we can also write SOP is equal to negative of SRP. This is a very important concept. This tells about the standard oxidation potential is negative of standard reduction potential. Okay, as we already calculated SOP of anode. Okay, so if I change this in terms of reduction potential, I can write minus of standard reduction potential. This is nothing but your anode plus, this is SRP. Okay, SRP of cathode. So we can also derive one formula from this equation, that is EMF can be also calculated as SRP of cathode minus SRP of anode. Okay, so there is two formula that we have derived. This formula, that is EMF of standard oxidation potential, if oxidation potential is given for anode, standard reduction potential for cathode. This is one formula we have to use, or this is another formula that we have to use, that is standard reduction potential of cathode minus standard reduction potential of the anode. Okay, so try to convert every value in terms of reduction potential, so that will give you the clear picture how can you calculate the EMF. Okay, based on this, let us try to solve one question. We can apply this formula and find out the potential difference in galvanic cell. Okay, E naught of copper, that is Cu2 plus 2Cu, this is nothing but your reduction potential. Okay, the value is given as 0.34 volt. And E naught of zinc, that is Zn2 plus 2 zinc, so this value is minus 0.76 volt. Now a bigger question is, what is the data given? Here if you see that this is reduction potential given, this is also reduction potential given. So we can find out by using two methods. So I prefer this method or this method. Okay, you can convert this SRP into its oxidation potential and find out, but don't go for that. Just try to solve in terms of reduction potential. Okay, so E is equal to, as we already know, so E is equal to SRP of cathode Now, which one is cathode, which one is anode? Remember one concept. If reduction potential is high, that means this will be your cathode. And the other value, obviously, that will be anode, okay? Now, as we have calculated, standard reduction potential is given, that is for cathode. So this will be our cathode, 0.34 minus of 0.76 volt. Okay. So if we'll calculate it, it will be 1.1 volt. Okay. Now you can also use this formula. What you have to do, you can also try this in terms of oxidation potential. Okay. So if you'll get the oxidation potential, it will be E is equal to Zn2 plus is equal to 0.76 volt. Now you can also find out the cell. So 0.76 plus 0.35, that will be 1.1. Okay. So both the method you can use, but try to use this formula. That will be very helpful to you. Now let us try to solve this question. Question number 3. Calculate the EMF of cell of this given chemical reaction. So how to solve this reaction? Because you see already in both the cases, reduction potential is given. Okay. So first one, this is from silver from Ag plus 2 Ag, and second one is Tl thallium plus 1 to this is thallium. Okay. So now we have to see which one is cathode, which one is anode. So the simple trick is, whenever the reduction potential is given, higher value of reduction potential will tell you about the cathode, or this is reduction. Okay. Lower value will be anode, and this is oxidation. Now, as we already know, we have to write the cathode and anode reaction. First, we have to write the cathode reaction. So which one is the cathode? That is Ag plus 1 electron will give Ag. Okay. And anode reaction is, as you see that this is thallium plus 1. Okay. So you just reverse the reaction because we have to write the oxidation. So Tl is going to give Tl plus 1 electron. Now, both the cases, as there is one electron, they will be cancelled out. Okay. So if we'll add these two reaction, first we'll say thallium solid Ag plus aqueous medium give Ag solid plus thallium. Okay. So this is the complete reaction. Now we have to calculate the cell potential. As we have already discussed, there are two methods to calculate. Basically, you remember those two, because or else you will get confused. Okay. So E naught of cell is nothing but reduction potential cathode minus reduction potential anode. Okay. So if we'll do that in terms of reduction potential, so that is 0. This is cathode 8 minus of 0.34. Okay. So if you'll calculate this value, so if you will get 1.14 volt. Okay. This is one type of approaching. Second type of approaching that we have already discussed, E naught of cell is equal to standard oxidation potential of anode plus standard reduction potential of cathode, right? So what is the standard oxidation potential of anode? See, the reduction potential is given. So we can also write here E is equal to how much? This negative will become positive because we have reversed the chemical reaction. So this will be 0.34 volt and this will be 0.8 volt, right? So you just add these two. So SOP, standard oxidation potential of anode, that is 0.34 plus standard reduction potential of cathode, that is 0.8. So if we'll add, you will get 1.14 volt. Okay. So both the way you can approach, but whichever you are comfortable, you approach. Okay. So this is one approach by using this only reduction value, and this is another approach by using this, changing the reactions. Okay, now coming to question number 4. As we have already discussed, as the question says about calculate the galvanic cell potential. Okay, so you can do simply that both the cases reduction potential is given. So as we already know that E naught of cell is equal to reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. So if we'll do that, reduction potential of cathode, so which one is maximum value? This is right. So this will act as a cathode. So this is 0.8 minus of 2.37 volt. Okay, so if you'll solve this, you will get the answer 3.17 volt. We can approach in another way. As soon as we see that both reduction potential is given, so this will be a higher reduction potential. That means reduction will happen here, the other will be oxidation. So I'm writing the cathode and anode value. So first write anode. So in the anode, reaction will be Mg is going to release 2 electron. Okay, and this will be E naught will be positive 2.37 volt. Okay, because we have changed the reaction. Cathode will be same as the above, that is Ag plus 1 electron will give Ag. Now a bigger question is whether this reaction is balanced or not. No, this reaction is not balanced. So to balance the reaction, what we have to do, just multiply this reaction with 2, because here 2 electrons are there. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. If we'll add these two reaction, we'll get Mg plus 2Ag plus give Mg2 plus 2Ag. Now what is the potential calculated? As we already calculate the rough value this, now we have to just add these two value. Now this is your oxidation potential. Okay, so add these two value. E naught of cell is standard oxidation potential of anode plus standard reduction potential of cathode. So what is standard oxidation potential? 0.8 plus standard reduction potential, so that is 2.37. So if we'll add this value, we'll get 3.17. Okay, volt. So now coming to question number 5. Fe2 plus 2 electron gives Fe, Ni2 plus 2 electron gives Ni, and both the cases the reduction potential is given. Now as I have already told you, if the reduction potential is given, then we have to look the higher value, so that will act as a cathode. So here as you see that this is the higher value, right? So this is cathode and that one is anode. Okay, so now just write the cathode and anode reaction. This will be your cathode. So cathode reaction will be same as the above. Ni2 plus 2 electron gives Ni nickel. Anode will be, we have to reverse this reaction. Okay, so in that case Fe2 plus, this is Fe, gives Fe2 plus 2 electron. The value will be here the minus 0.23 volt and here will be 0.44 volt. Okay, now next add these two reaction. As on both the side electrons are same, so cut this. So nickel 2 plus Fe is going to give nickel plus Fe2 plus. Now anode plus cathode. So anode is E naught of cell is equal to this plus this, anode plus cathode. So 0.44 plus a minus of 0.23. So if you solve this value, you will get 0.21. Okay, volt. So next we'll try to solve question number 6. Calculate the cell potential of the following electrolytic cell. Okay. So here the statement given, that is electrolytic cell. So remember one thing, in an electrolytic cell, EMF can be positive or negative, but in the galvanic cell, the EMF will be positive. Okay. So now the reaction is given, but no data is given. For that, you need to remember bromine is going to reduce to Br minus. Okay. So there is one table that reduction potential of different species are given. So we have to remember some species. Okay, like lithium, bromine, copper, zinc. These are. So now the reduction potential of bromine, that is Br2 plus 2 electron to Br minus, the reduction potential is equal to 1.09. Okay, this is the, I have taken this value from internet or that table. Okay, and talking about the iron reduction potential, that is Fe3 plus 1 electron will give Fe2 plus. The reduction potential value is, so the value is given for this is equal to 0.77. Okay, now we have to arrange according to this equation. Now first one, which will be cathode, which will be anode. So this will be cathode. So the cathode reaction is Br2, because the potential is high, that is going to give Br minus. Okay, plus 2 electron. Anode will be, we have to arrange the reaction according to the reaction given. Okay, here the opposite is given, so what we have to do, we have to change it, we have to reverse it. Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. Okay, plus 1 electron. Now as the number of electrons are not balanced, so what we have to do, we have to balance the equation. So to balance the equation, multiply it with 2. So here it is 2, 2 and 2. Now you just add it. So what is the net reaction? This is Br2 plus 2 Fe2 plus gives 2 Br minus plus 2 Fe3 plus. Okay. So as we have reversed this, so what is the potential here? Minus 0.77, right? What is the potential in Br2? That is 1.09. So if you'll add this one, this is, and this two add. So E naught of cell is equal to 1.09 minus 0.77. So the value is 0.32 volt. Now calculate the EMF of Daniell cell of this. As we already know that we have to just calculate the EMF cell. So this is nothing but our anode reaction will be Zn is going to give Zn2 plus 2 electron, whereas copper cathode Cu2 plus 2 electron Cu. Okay, as the total reaction is balanced, so we can cut it out. So zinc plus Cu2 plus is going to give Zn2 plus copper. Okay, now first one, what we did here, the reduction potential is given. So you can do reduction potential of this cathode minus reduction potential of anode, or you can say that as the reduction potential is given, converted into the, because we have changed the reaction, so reverse it. So this is nothing but here E is equal to 0.76 volt, and here it is equal to 0.34 volt. Okay, so if we'll sum it up, add it, so they will give E naught of cell of Daniell cell, that is 0.76 plus 0.34. So you will get 1.1 volt. Thank you for watching this video. If you understand something from this lecture, please like this video and subscribe to EdCam channel and share with your friends. To get connected with me with my social media account, my Instagram and Twitter handle is this. So thank you all.